such that they monitor what is happening. I know we have match commissioners, but I want situations where it's officials of SAFA that are there. I was here when Mahika Champs played Northwest University. You know, mere presence says even if a referee was to act corruptly, your presence says, hey, the president is here, or the executive committee member is here.
Yeah.
So such things we will eliminate. But I'm saying we need to challenge consciences of referees.
Yeah.
That even if we are not there, let them do the right thing. Because once they do the right thing, chances of them being promoted to the national panel, where we would also see them as referees in the PSL, are very high. But if they are corrupt, if their standard of refereeing is poor, then they will not grow in terms of refereeing.
Yeah, they will not grow.
So it takes them as well to say, what is it that they want to do? Do they want to remain at regional level, LFA level, without growing? I don't think so.
What would you say to the referee who's not well financially, who's lacking with kids resources about referee, but then the SAFA is not providing, I believe, is not providing adequately for the referee, as I've seen most of them complaining about kids and everything, traveling expenses. How are you going to avoid that? Because the way you want to get most of them complain about such, and in that being done, corruption in order for akabe space or kid traveling cost. I think that's the problem. I might be wrong.
Recently, we distributed kits to the provincial panel of referees. It was done in Mabatu Stadium, as having approached sponsors, and the sponsors donated such, which we gave to referees. I agree, it's not enough, but we will go on to Corporate South Africa to request them to assist us in developing football in the province. But also, in the current season, we have increased the traveling fee, because we saw that our referees travel long distances and the money was not enough. We increased it. We approached teams and said, we are setting traveling fee at this amount, and the teams accepted us. And maybe we can improve on that as well, moving forward, such that we eliminate that.
Do you have any plans or monthly reports that require referees assessment, management assessment? Because I believe if you want to solve something, you gotta have a monthly report, you gotta have a term report. So do you have that in place whereby you assess all the necessary things that are required to improve this league? Because not only the referees but also the official, how can I call them? Those who appoint the referees, those who are involved at higher levels, they might be corrupt. I don't know that. So how are you dealing with that? Because there's a lot of things that might hinder a positive result in a match or in a team that is more deserving to win the match.
Appointing officers, Tsaruna, they go to training at national level. And obviously, Borre Abdul, they emphasize on work ethics,
Yes.
and which should rub off to the referees that they are appointing. But we also, as province, run workshops in the province. And we then, myself and Tate Setlar, who's the vice chairperson of SAFA in the province, we address referees on their conduct. In the previous workshop, We even went through their code of conduct. And we are saying they should sign this code of conduct such that it binds them to good conduct in and off the field. And that is one way that we are dealing with. And like I'm saying, we are capacitating them. And it's only through capacitation that you can improve the match officials. But also, we need to capacitate, as we do, the team managers. It's a pity that when we call teams for a meeting, it's normally coaches or managers that are sent. Owners of teams do not come. And those are the people who are actually a problem to us.
Now I get you.
And I'm saying the other way of trying to improve refereeing and standard of football. You see this issue of SAFA having approved to say when you are a referee at PSL level, you must have minimum CAF A license. When you are an assistant, CAF B license. Now, even the ABC Motsepe, we are saying a B license. So teams must have B licenses. Now we are saying these referees, these team owners, are now going to be forced to appoint qualified coaches.
Yeah.
And they should pay those qualified coaches. And you cannot pay a qualified coach and go on to buy referees.
Yeah, you are right.
Why do you appoint a qualified person and buy referees for him?
Because
you are paying him. You trust him. You trust him. So I think this standard of coaching that we are saying requirements must be this will eliminate this issue of team owners corrupting our referees.
How many times should referees write their test? Because I've seen a lot of them, they want to write, but then they are not given that opportunity to test so that they can get their levels.
Level 1 to 3, we are doing them in the province, in the regions.
Yes.
But beyond that, it's national, and it's the responsibility of a referee to register to write even online. Renale, a referee who was in the panel, Tsepo Nojila. Tsepo Nojila, I used to see Tsepo aleko office ya rona ya region. Adira the assignments online with the data ya region. And that is why Tsepo then got those levels. So our referees, baba nti, baba tla go refa basna di levels. That is the biggest challenge. How do you do a fitness test? Most of them don't come. That is why you have a panel very, very small, because only those that are committed and would want to improve come to training.
Okay, now that's understandable. But let's talk about the level of football in Mafiki. Level of football in Mafiki in terms of facility. I might be wrong. The budget and then because I sharp, I had the receiver. In other municipalities, is there such cases whereby the budget data fixed in terms of the grounds, the cover grounds, so that there are proper facilities whereby I did, because no you are in Munzio Stadium, I see there is a lot of improvement that need to be made. The stand there, toilet maybe in the about the hotel area. How are we going to deal with that? Because it is something Silo was talking about, and we need proper facilities in order for football to change for the better.
Remtau, I need to correct something. We should not say facilities in Mafike only.
Okay.
We should say facilities throughout the province. they are not up to scratch. That is why at one stage, Neribona le gona jwana re na le team ya Platinum City Rovers. Mara ga tshamekele di matches tsa yona in the province because ga gona stadiums that are of quality, except recently PSL has approved Olympia Stadium. That's where Obit is playing. But Obit, before that stadium was also approved, it's Hamikile their home matches away from Northwest Province. So that is why I'm saying we need to say the quality of stadiums in the province generally. We can't have a stadium Sistonale Mavato Stadium, which used to host Vodacom matches. Not now
being
utilized because there are things that need to be upgraded. And we can't be bringing, for instance, Bafana in the province, particularly in Mafikeng, because Muncio Stadium is not ready. Mavato Stadium is not up to standard to host a game of Bafana's magnitude. The only stadium is Royal Bafokeng Stadium, and it's privately owned. And when SAFA is going to come and use that stadium, the amount of money charged there makes SAFA run away.
Okay.
So that is why I'm saying the government must come on board, and municipalities must use municipal infrastructure grant to develop these stadiums. You will understand that I'm not a politician, I'm not working in municipalities or in government departments. You'll find that this grant is not utilized for intended purposes. It's unfortunate. I stay in Ikagaleng. You can go and see the quality of Ikagaleng Stadium. Very, very bad. And for how long has it been like that? More than 10 years. No dressing rooms, no toilets. And it is wrong. You go to Lichtenberg. I was speaking at the funeral of one player, Bebe Klami, was City Rovers. I challenged the mayor and the councillors that were there to say, we've got a stadium, rename a Bebe football stadium, Seno Ile Lichtenberg rugby stadium. There are no toilets there. There are no dressing rooms there.
Yes.
And yet that stadium is used Wednesdays for our leagues, ABC municipal leagues, regional leagues, Saturdays. Every day that stadium is utilized. But it's not up to scratch. But when it was a rugby stadium and rugby was played there, it was top condition.
Everything was working there.
Everything was working there. So it is a challenge to our municipalities, our councillors to say, let them do the right thing. Let them use funds allocated for sports to upgrade facilities of sports.
So don't you think they need a little bit of a push from the SAFA president like you to say, guys, come on, let's utilize the funds that are given to us and do the right thing?
We will do that. In actual fact, the SAFA National Executive Committee decided in a meeting that the president of SAFA, Dr. Danny Jordan, should come into provinces and visit with us, leadership of provinces, various provincial governments, to address this issue in particular. The issue of stadiums, the issue of municipalities and government providing offices from which we can run our administration of football in the province or in provinces. So that meeting is still to come, where we should secure appointments with the provincial governments, and Dr. Jordan must come, go with us and talk to provincial governments.
So we should be hoping for the best.
We are looking for better things to come.
All right, under your help, under your presidency, I really hope.
We need to work hard. We need to work hard.
President, let's talk about your journey to AFCON. The people who are here, that the people want to know, how did it come? Where were you when you received the call that you'll be traveling with Bafana? What was the mood? What was going through your head?
Ramtown. Firstly, being a head of delegation, this was not the first appointment.
Okay.
But my first appointment as a head of delegation was when Amazulu Football Club was playing the Champions League, CAF Champions League.
Yeah, I remember.
I was appointed head of delegation for Amazulu.
Okay.
And my being there, all of us know what Amazulu then did.
Yeah, we know.
We went even to beyond group stages. We were eliminated in knockout stages.
I think by that time it was coached by Benny McCarthy, right?
It was coached by Coach Benny McCarthy.
Yeah.
And that positive energy I have,
Yeah.
I had to bring it to the team.
To the national team.
So in 2021, November, the president of South African Football Association, Dr. Jordan, approached me and he said to me, I would like you to be appointed as HOD of Bafana for the AFCON qualifiers. And what I want you to do, I want you to bring prayer to the team. I don't know what he meant by that. I accepted, and when I took over, Bafana had played Morocco away, and it had lost that game.
Yeah, I remember it was.
And we were also to play Zimbabwe, which was then suspended by CAF. So Zimbabwe was out. Then we had Morocco, Liberia, and South Africa.
Yeah.
Then we played Liberia home, and we drew with Liberia 2-2. The game that we could have won easily. Then we were going to Liberia, and for us that was a must win. And we won that game away from home by 2-1. Lepasa and Mayambela scoring.
Yeah, I was watching that game.
Then we were left with Morocco. But before leaving to Liberia, the coach told the boys, we cannot talk about saying we still have the Morocco game at home. We need to win against Liberia.
Yeah.
And winning against Liberia, we were to qualify.
All right.
So then we beat Liberia away from home. Then Morocco came. And you all know what we did to Morocco here.
Yeah, we all know. That one
we all know.
Yeah.
Then we qualified as number 2 in the group.
Yeah.
And we went to the AFCON. But before going to the AFCON, there were friendly matches that we are playing against Namibia, against DR Congo, Lesotho. We played Botswana and Angola, and people were saying, if they are playing 0-0 to Lesotho,
how are you going to beat the big
how are you going to beat the big guns? And we went there. I always believed in Coach Hugo. I have studied him, what he does,